Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Kate, and if you're not, then welcome back. Welcome to another video. So today, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I edit my Instagram photos. I've gotten a lot of requests recently to just kind of share how I've been editing my Instagram photos, I guess ever since I moved to Florida, which was only like 2-3 weeks ago, so it's not like I've been editing them like this for a long time, but I've just gotten a lot of requests recently. And just a lot of questions just on like how I edit them, do I use a preset or anything like that. So I figured I would just make a new video so I can go ahead and just share it with you guys whenever anyone asks, because recently I've had a lot of people asking, but I've just been using, I guess, less of a filter on my Instagram photos, and apparently you guys really like that, which is good to know. We're going a little bit more natural with the Instagram photos. So I figured I would just show you guys what my Instagram currently looks like roundabout now. So recently these are the kind of photos that I've been posting. Again, I've only been here for a little bit of time, so it's not like I have hundreds of photos to share with you guys. But as you can see, there's still a bit of an edit done, but it's just not as like dramatic. It's a little bit more natural. I don't play around with the colors as much anymore, so these are honestly more of like a natural, like what the actual photo kind of looked like thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let's just jump right in on how I actually go ahead and edit my photos. So we're going to be going into Lightroom. I'm going to pick a photo that I recently have edited, so let me just reset all the settings. And I really don't use as many of the features on Lightroom as I used to, but pretty much what I always begin with is really simple. I just begin in the light section. I always adjust the exposure, the contrast, the highlights, and the whites, and those are the main things that I do in Lightroom. So I usually go ahead and up the exposure quite a bit. It really depends on the photo. So I'm probably going to up it to around 0.5. So I normally do up it quite a lot. It really just depends on how the photo was taken. Recently, I've been really liking taking my photos in the shade because there's not as much harsh light, and then I can really just up it and make it as light as I want from there. So normally I do that because once you're in the bright light, there's not much you can do to really like bring it down if you need to, and if you try and like overexpose a photo, it just doesn't look as good. So recently I have just been playing around with the exposure and taking my photos in the shade, so that's a little tip for you. Then normally I go ahead and up the contrast a little bit. This just really makes the blacks pop. It also makes my hair a little darker as well, so I normally do that. I then go ahead and add a little bit of highlights. Again, I don't go too crazy with this, so maybe like plus 14, nothing like super crazy. And then the next thing I do is I go ahead and I play with the whites. So as you can see, you can make the photo just a lot whiter, and personally I like to up the whites quite a bit, so maybe like plus 16, just because it really makes the photo so much whiter, and that's kind of helps me create a theme with my Instagram, as I like to have light and bright photos. I know a lot of people always say like, oh, you have such like bright light photos, and it's because I try and shoot in areas with whites in them, so I can really just pull the whites through and just use them to my advantage and make it look like all my photos are cohesive and they kind of all go together, if that makes sense. And then I go into the color section next, and I only do one thing in the color section. So before I used to like edit the greens and the blues, now I just really keep it simple. I go straight to the oranges and I just bring down the luminance, and this makes you look a lot more tan than you are, so that's a little cheat to making yourself look really tan. So you can obviously go a little too much with it, but I probably will bring it down to like -22. So obviously, because when I go ahead and put the next filter on, it does lighten me up a little, so I try and make myself look a little bit more tan. In fact, maybe I went a little too much overboard, so let's just bring it back to like 17. So this is a little before and after. So really all I've done is just made the photo look lighter and brighter, and then made myself look a little bit more tan. So I'm going to go ahead and save this photo. And then the next thing I do is I go into VSCO or VSCO, however you want to say it. I normally say VSCO, and then I go ahead and select the photo. So my favorite filter in VSCO is A4. I think it just makes your photos look so good, and it just makes them even brighter, and like that's always the one that I use. It's my favorite one. I've been using A4 for at least the last 3-4 years, so a really long time. I'm very dedicated to this filter, but I just don't use it as much. So as you can see, it adds a lot of white to the photo, and it just makes it look over edited. And I used to really like this look and, you know, have it super edited, but now what I really do is I bring it down to about around 5, so you can see it was really edited up here at 12, and then now I bring it down to around 5. So again, it does a little bit for the photo, but it doesn't do a lot, and that's honestly how I edit my photos now. It's pretty minimal. See, it didn't take a lot of time to explain or anything. Here is the finished photo. You guys will see it up here. I think this is really cute. I love how this photo came out. I also just love the wall. I think it's super unique and something different. I could have stood more to the side and had more white wall, but I really liked the little windows. I thought it made it a lot more interesting. So I've been trying to take a lot more photos, but I'm also trying to keep it a lot more casual with my Instagram. I'm really not trying to be super posed or anything like that. If I like my outfit for the day, I'll be like, Justin, can you just grab a quick snap, and he'll take a couple photos, and I'll choose, you know, from maybe like 5 photos. So I really am trying to be a lot more casual with my Instagram. I'm just trying to make it more fun and in the moment, and just like post it and not worry about, oh, like I've done this pose so many times, or oh, I really need to over edit it, or it doesn't go with my theme too well. I'm trying to make it a bit more relaxed, a bit more natural. Obviously, I still do edit my photos a little bit, but again, the biggest thing I really do is just adjust the brightness, and that's really what I do to edit my photos. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do, and obviously you guys clearly like it, because I've had a lot of people ask, you know, how do you edit your photos and everything like that. So I hope this cleared it up for you guys. Again, this is a very short video. I just wanted to be able to share this with you guys. And again, if anyone in the future asks me how I edit my photos, I can just send them this video to clear things up. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I am trying to post pretty frequently. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it casual and just kind of share with you guys what I'm doing throughout my day. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. And yeah, other than that, again, just make sure you're subscribed, that you have your notifications turned on as well, so you guys are always notified when I post a new video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.